What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we're going to take a look at Spider-Man homemade suit version. And if you are interested in this figure, head over to bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. They double box their figures, $4 shipping, and you can put them on pile of loot. So this guy is on my pile of loot for a longest time now, along with Nebula. Why? Because I'm not so sure about them. You know, normally I put them on pile of loot when I'm kind of iffy about the figure. And I'm iffy about this because I had the first version. Got bored of it, sold it for really cheap. So now I feel really foolish to pick this one up again. But then again, there's certain improvements and some elements in here that was not present in the first one. Mainly the drone. So this is a bigger box compared to the first one that I got. The first one just feels like a normal MMS. By seeing this box itself, and it's a beautiful box, by the way. You see that dome by Mysterio, and this feels like a premium unboxing from Hot Toys, to be quite honest with you. Which is, you see on the front, there's a little tray that holds the I don't know, the Mysterio effects, if that's what you want to call them. And this is mainly what I bought it for, is the drone. Because if this came out kind of like the movie version of Homecoming, just to appease the fans, you know, just comes with nothing, I probably wouldn't buy this, because the first one has a battle damage head sculpt, which looks fantastic. Now, with that being said, you know, it retains all the good qualities of the first one, but I think they kind of just slightly improved some of the things in there that makes it a little bit better. Is it good enough to warrant a second purchase or an upgrade? Probably not. However, because the only reason I said that is because the drone is available separately. So if it wasn't, then I would say so, because it just looks so awesome. Like, that drone is just beautiful. Now it comes with this base, and like I said earlier, it comes with the normal Spider-Man accessories that you would typically see on Spider-Man. You see this, clamps, the clamps on his waist, and one is for the drone. These are the eyepieces, which are magnetic now, which is beautiful, because the first one is kind of like you peg them in, and I wasn't a big fan of that. I'm not the one who always changes the eyes, but if you take pictures, you might want to, use different expressions. The hands, as always from Hot Toys, nicely painted, lots of details in it. The dual color of his gloves and the web shooter on the back. Nice touch out there, and you got all the hands that you need, kind of like the crawling hands and the shooting hands and all that stuff. I'm not too sure what those greenish tint webs are for. I gotta rewatch the movie, but this is the main selling point for me. This replaced the battle damage head sculpt, basically, from the first version. It's a little bit more expensive as well, but then again, I keep in mind this is $120 typically if you buy this by itself. You can correct me if I'm wrong on the comments now. It could be $140. I don't know. But so the first indication that I want to get this is from the upgraded suit. I received that initially, and I saw the smaller drone, which is included, by the way, if you buy this by itself. So now I got two drones, and I was just like, man, this drone is nicely done in a small scale. Imagine on the larger one. So let me go ahead and ship that homemade on my pile of loot already. And I just got excited, and I wasn't wrong. This piece is heavy. This feels premium. It's not one of those cheap toy plastic things that you would see, on Target or whatnot. The paint application is beautiful. It doesn't have any gimmicks though. No light up functionality or whatnot, which is fine. I might even buy another one of these things because it just looks so cool, and you can use them on multitude of things. For Iron Man, put him on the ground with the Avengers, and like a broken drone or something. You can do a lot of things. Now this is the base that comes with these flimsy plastic, but they're better than I thought they would be. I thought they were going to be super thin. They're not, but they're still pretty cheap. So you got to be careful when handling them because they might snap anytime. The moment I folded it, I already see the white marks on it, like it's gonna snap, but luckily it didn't. Not going back to the box, but whatever. As far as the figure itself, it is beautiful. This is all this is one of the best figures to pose because there's no risk. You're literally taking no risk. However, it's fabric, so I suggest, and it's kind of lighter colored, so your hands has oil on it. So I recommend when you're handling them, if you don't want to get it dirty, get some gloves. It's up to you guys, to really, I just want to take care of my figures because if I do sell them, I want the next person to be handling this like they're getting a brand new figure. So this is the boots. You can see it's two-part, and there's also toe articulation, which it doesn't even have any joints on it, like that is visible, which is awesome because we never had that on the first one. So the rich gets richer because this is already one of the easiest thing to pose, and you add that on, you really got a Spider-Man, because whenever you have a Spider-Man figure, you want him to be able to pose, especially dynamic poses. And if you're that kind of collector where you don't want to take pictures and whatnot, take videos, this is going to be perfect for you. Now the gauntlet, not gauntlet, his web shooter, nicely detailed, beautifully painted. Like I said, there's joints in here all over the place, so you wouldn't have a shortage of poses. The ground pound pose, the landing ones, everything that you can think of. Now, as far as the head sculpt, unfortunately, he doesn't come with that battle damage one, but this one has, as I mentioned earlier, nice improvement, which is the magnet version on the swappable ice now, which is a welcome addition, obviously, especially for me, because it's less prone to snap, and whenever that's the case, then you're not going to damage your figure. I'm not really rough, but you see the ear part right there, even though it's not visible. You can see the silhouette of the ear. The head sculpt is kind of made out of this different fabric, which kind of attracts a lot of dust and dirt. So you got to be careful handling it because it might get dirty easily. And if you maybe get some air can or something, if you want to clean it up, maybe a soap and water, or just water, dab it up, if it happens to be dirty. That's why I suggest, wearing gloves when handling this, or keeping this inside a cabinet if you could. Now that head sculpt, if you do have the upgraded suit, you do have the option to insert this in. The neck part, I got it from the Night Monkey. So this is a combination basically of three figures: the body of Homemade, neck of Night Monkey, and head sculpt upgraded. And you can see this is the peg, the connector that you put on the body. Do you necessarily need to get the neck from Night Monkey? Probably not, but the paint is really matching. As you can see, that's dirt. It's like a dirt magnet. See that? It's kind of like just sticks in it. So every movement, you can how tight those bend is, you got bicep swivel, the head can rotate in any way, shape, or form. There's some toe articulation here that it's not even visible, but you can kind of hear it click. So the upgraded suit is ratcheted, it's not. So you see that right there. I mean, not only is the suit not forgiving, but it's even stretchy. So you can see that split that you can do there. So even if it's fabric, sometimes there's figures that have fabric, but you're still kind of afraid to post them around. Look at how high that kick goes up. This one you won't have any issues whatsoever unless you just demolishes this figure. So like I said, it's the joints that you might have to worry about if you're a bit rough. But as far as the material of the suit, yeah, you can pose away, and I think you'll be perfectly fine. So let's put him in a different pose here. Like this pose right here, you can't do this on the Night Monkey. And the Night Monkey is a bit forgiving too, because on the joint area, there's a lot of fabric in it too. I mean, don't get me wrong, he also has some like pleather and rubber stuffs, but it's layered. But you still couldn't do this kind of pose though. Like kneeling down perfectly, you can't. But, like I said, there's always those three Spider-Mans has a room for each one. It's not necessarily that, I understand the budget part. Like if you only have budget for one Spider-Man, or if you just want one for your display. but each one complements each other, in a different way. That's why I just got them all, and I just need I just need Mysterio, and I'll be done. And speaking of him, this is, this character or this suit only appeared in like a dream or slash hallucination sequence. So I just downloaded one bit from the movie and put him there while shooting his web on the drone itself. Just see that poses that you could do. I think it's a thing of beauty whenever you can pose a figure like this, because this is the difference between this and a statue, not only because of the height and the size of statue, is because you can put them in a poses that a normal Hot Toys couldn't. But when you got a Hot Toys like this, that gets negated, so I don't think there's any statue that's a homemade suit anyway. But if you're a huge fan, might as well, right? And here he is with a diorama base of the Night Monkey, Molten Man, and I think they, like I said earlier, they complement each other very well, that you could get away with mix and matching of all these figures slash bases. And here's the 3. It all started with Night Monkey. When I bought Night Monkey for really cheap, and I was satisfied, not only because the base is the selling point, but the figure itself is not bad. It's kind of like tactical. And then I got the upgraded suit, which is just blew my mind away. It's such a beautiful figure. Even the small drone that led me to picking up again the homemade suit Spider-Man. And so far, no regrets whatsoever. If I did down the line, the first one that needs to go or might be Night Monkey. I don't know, depending on how I feel. But now that I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so as much as I could, I'll try to keep all 3. Let's see, I can't tell you what the future brings to my collection, but as far as buying this particular figure, is it a must-have? I would say no. No, unless you are a huge Spider-Man fan or a huge poser. If you like to pose figures, this is the way to go. There's no figure that I know of that can pull off those poses like he could, especially in a Spider-Man. Now, we had the speculation before where we put the first one as a Grail status, and it was for like a few months, maybe even a year, up until they announced this. So now anytime that you got an option, the Grail portion of it kind of goes away, like the price goes down. It would take a hit. I don't think it's gonna go down immensely where it's gonna be below retail, but it took a hit. There's still 2 different aspects. That one, there's still 2 different figures, but if that's not readily available now, this is. And like I said, the head sculpt is amazing with that battle damage one, but so is the upgraded one. So if you're gonna get 2 Spider-Mans, I would say this is a good combination to the upgraded suit. Now, if you only have one room for one Spider-Man, I mean, not Iron Man, if you only have one room for one Spider-Man, obviously the one that I'm going to recommend you is the upgraded suit. That's just a beautiful figure. But if you can spare 1 or 2 more, how I would number it is the upgraded, this, and then the Night Monkey. They both have beautiful bases, but I would go with this first. So thank you for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. It really does help the channel out, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.